Hi, I'm LDS and Medium, and thank you so much for tuning in today. I want to try to bring religion and spirituality closer together, and this is what this pod is all about. I will talk about my own thoughts and feelings as I am both LDS and have spiritual gifts, something that I've had my whole life, but I always thought that it was hard to combine these gifts with my religion. This has torn me into two directions, and I have talked to many people who feel the same way. I can't choose not to have my spiritual gifts, but I can choose how I use them. And I always want to use them for good and to help others. I believe my heavenly parents gave them to me for a reason. So, this is me. Join my quest for knowledge. I'm the creator of my reality. It's up to me. Growing hurts. It can hurt on many levels. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. All my kids have grown a lot in spurs, and during those times they slept bad and had a lot of pains and aches, especially at night, and that growth made an impact. It changed their perception and made them have to adjust, especially when their feet grew. My two eldest sons plays a lot of sports, and movement patterns that their body had programmed in based on how big their feet were had to change and adjust when their feet grew. They had to adjust speed, angle when to jump in order for the feet not to touch that line. And they did adjust time and time again until their feet stopped growing. But as spiritual beings, we never stop growing. My goal still is to come to the highest glory. I just assumed I'd go there with my husband, and never in a million years I thought of this scenario, of being alone, divorced. So now I have to grow and adjust and raise my vibration or frequency. And I have growing pains, not physical, but mental and emotional and spiritual growing pains. Yes, I've asked the question, why is this happening to me? But I wasn't prepared for the answer, which was whispered to me silently. Because I love you, and you're meant to shine. And if you won't come out from the shades in the back where you're hiding, I will make you. And it hurt. And I cried. And I went through a dark night of the soul. I questioned the church and my whole belief system, temple marriages, families that are supposed to be forever. I had to strip down and be naked and vulnerable and take a close look at myself. If I agreed to come to this earth, I also signed up for free will or agency, and that we all have the right to choose for ourselves. That includes the choices other people do that might hurt us. We all have our free will. And I can only take accountability for me. I can talk, influence, be influenced, but the choice is still up to me. So what do I believe? I believe that I have a heavenly mother and a father that loves me very much. I believe that I have a brother called Jesus Christ that came to this earth with one mission, to die for me and for you, so that I and we could have our free will and make choices, good or bad, and have a possibility to ask for forgiveness and a chance to come back to my heavenly family. Do I think that my heavenly parents love me less because someone chose to leave me and our marriage? No, I don't know how yet, but I know how much they love me and you. And I know there's a plan for me and what I'm here to do and learn. From my very limited point of view, I don't know what that is yet, but I can choose to stop trying, fall into sadness and bitterness, or I can see it as a brand new start with new possibilities, endless possibilities, in a new time and a new earth with higher frequencies. And maybe I will find someone that vibrates in my frequency that I can think of in terms of twin flame. But I'm having too much fun rediscovering me right now. I am the creator of my reality. I have my free will, and what shows up is what I need to learn and grow from, or what I asked for, but it's still coming from me. But I have help, awesome parents and siblings, my children, friends, church, scriptures, prayer, guides and guardian angels, ancestors, archangels, and so much more, seen and unseen. And all I have is the here and now, a lot of here and now. The past has once been here, and now is here, and the future is yet to come. So how do you feel growing pains? Where in your life have you felt it the most? And how did you choose to deal with it? And did those choices make you shine brighter, or did it dim your light? I'm a little up and down right now, but I don't love feeling lonely, so it's a bit of a roller coaster right now. But I know where I want to go. And in my youth, I heard obstacles is what you see when you take your eyes off the goal you want to reach. So what is your goal? Visualize it in your mind's eye, see it clearly, smell it, touch it. Use as many senses as you can. How would you feel if you reached it? Use as many positive emotions as you can, and anchor that feeling into the core of you with a physical movement, like tapping, and go back there often. Relive its emotion, the senses, until it's true for you. That way, it will be your compass and will help you steer towards that goal. And ask for help every day from guides and angels and Heavenly Father, so they will be able to help you, and be sure to find a quiet place to tune in and listen to guidance. At church, they talked about this story, and I thought it related a lot to the feelings that I had this week. The story is about a blacksmith who after an illness began to think of God. For many years he worked very hard and devoted himself to charity. But even though he spent a lot of time on it, nothing seemed to go well in his life. His problems and his debts grew every day. One fine evening, a friend who felt sorry for the blacksmith's difficult situation came and said, "It is really strange that after you decided to be an angel of God, your life started to get worse and worse. I do not want to question your faith, but despite your faith in the spiritual world, nothing has gotten better." The blacksmith didn't answer immediately. He had already thought about it many times, without knowing what was going on in his life. But he didn't want to leave his friend without an answer, so he started talking and ended up finding the explanation he was looking for. He said, "In this workshop, I get steel that I have to turn into swords. Do you know how to do this?" the blacksmith asked his friend. "First, I heat the steel until it turns red, and afterwards, without pity, I take the heaviest hammer and strike it until I get the desired shape. Then I dip it in a bucket of cold water, and the whole workshop is filled with noise and steam. I have to repeat this process until I get a perfect sword. It is not enough just to do it once." The blacksmith took a long break and continued, "Sometimes the steel doesn't withstand the treatment, the heat, the beatings, and the cold water, and sometimes make it end up getting many cracks. And in that moment I noticed that the blade never comes to become a good sword. And then I put it on the side in the pile of old metal." He made another break and ended with the following, "I know that God puts me in the fire, and I receive blows in life, and sometimes I feel as cold as the cold water that makes the steel suffer. But the only thing I think about is, dear God, do not leave me weak. Make of me what you want to make of me, and do for me what you think is best in the times you want, but never, never put me in the pile of old discarded metal." We have to go through difficult times in life, and hopefully that makes us better people and gives us stronger faith. But we also have to learn from old patterns so we do not have to do the same things over and over again. And until next time, be the light, share the light, spread the light, shine. This is my journey. Thank you so much for keeping me company today. Please download, like, share, and subscribe, and help spread the light and spread the word to expand our community. Let's bring more love, peace, and unity to this world. Take care of yourself and your loved ones. Always be grateful, kind, and loving. Be brave and remember to step out of your comfort zone and smile. If you support us on Patreon, you will get access to our meditations and extra materials so you can download them as MP3. Also, we now have a Facebook group, which you can access from our Facebook community. Please answer the questions as you apply to participate. It will be a safe haven where we can keep discussing religion and spirituality, our spiritual gifts, and self-development. Remember, one person can make a difference, but together we can change the world.